Hello and welcome. Today we will start the first chapter of ninth class Ancient Economics, a story of village in Palanpur. So, farming is the main activity in Palanpur, whereas several other activities such as small scale manufacturing, dairy, transport, etc. are carried out limited scale. These production activities needed various types of resources like natural resources, man-made items, human efforts, and many others. So Palanpur is fairly connected with well-developed system of roads, transport, electricity, irrigation, school, and health centers. The story of Palanpur takes us through a different types of production activities in village in India. Farming is the main production activity across the village. The village is about 450 families. So in this village, there are 450 families are there belonging to several castes. They are belonging to several castes like 80 upper caste families own majority of land in the village. So in that family, out of 450 families, 80% are the upper caste villagers. The houses, some of them is quite large, are made of bricks in the cement plasters, while the SCs or the Dalits comprise one third of the population and live in one corner of the village in which is smaller house and are of which are of the mud and straws. So the upper caste peoples have variety of good houses, their cement houses, brick houses, whereas the lower caste peoples like Dalits, the Assis, live in one corner of the village, and most of their wi- houses are kacha houses, which is made of straws and mud. So most of houses have electricity connection. So most of the houses have electricity connection, electric power of all the tube wells and fields and used in various types of small businesses. Palanpur has two primary schools and one high school. There are primary health centers run by government and private dispensaries where urge sick are treated. So, well connected with electricity and hospitals are there. So, overall, Palanpur is very much developed city and transport system also very developed in that villages. Introduction. So, Palanpur is well developed and connected with neighboring villages and towns like Raniganj and Sahapur. So, it is very well connected to electricity facilities is there and strong transportation facilities also there. It is well connected with the nearby villages. The story of village of Palanpur is imagined that allow that about no well. So there are two type of activities in Palanpur. Mainly there are two type of activities Palanpur peoples are doing. First is farming activity and second is non-farming activity. We will read one by one. So first we will read the farming activities in Palanpur. So organization of production. So there are four factors of production. The first requirement is land. The first requirement is land. The second is labor. The third requirement is physical capital. Physical capital also could be divided into fixed capital, working capital, and human capital. So we will read one by one. First, land. So land, the first requirement is land and the other natural resources, water, forest, and minerals. So water, forest, minerals, and land are the first requirement for any farming. Land and other natural resources, water, forest, minerals are very much important for the farming activities. Second is labor. Some activities require fully qualified workers and highly educated workers and perform necessary tasks. Some activities requires only workers who have physical capacity, but in very activity labor is vital. So the labor force could be divided into two parts. First is manual labor, those who are working physically, and the second is educated labor where their use of knowledge and skill for various activities. But labor is the most important factor of the production process. Third is physical capital. So physical capital also can be called as fixed capital, can be divided into subgroups, that is fixed capital. What is fixed capital comes under tools, sorry, Tools, machines, buildings can be used in production over many years and called the fixed capital. The tools, the machines, the buildings. Suppose we have an industry. In industry, there are different tools are there, different machines are there, and the huge building is there where we produce. So all that things comes under fixed capital. Means if once we buy it will use for a long period of time. Tools and machines range from very simple tools such as farmer's plow to sophisticated machines. So tools and machines range from very simple. So it may be a simple tool like a plow or a sophisticated machines which is used in the farming activity. The sophisticated machines like generators, turbines, computers, these are some of the important tools which are using in production process. Then is physical capital, also divided into working capital. So production requires a variety of raw materials like yarn used by every weavers and clay used for the potter. Also some of the money is always required during the production of make the payment and buy necessary materials. So working capital is means in the production process the entrepreneur have to some money in the hand to buy. Take example of cotton industry. So in cotton industry all the tools and machines in which we produce cotton are the fixed capitals, and the raw material like cotton yarn are the working capitals. At the same time in agriculture field, fertilizers, HYV seeds, insecticides, pesticides are working capitals, and plow machine, threshing machines are some of the example of fixed capital. Raw material and money in hand are the working capital, as unlike tools, machines and buildings. These are used for production. So raw materials, money in hand we need to buy some seeds, to buy fertilizers, to buy pesticides. That is why money in hand is very important, and it comes under the category of working capital. Physical capital also one of the important thing. In physical capital, human capital is one of the important thing. We can also say this: the fourth requirement we will need is knowledge and enterprise to be able to put together land, labor, physical capital, and produce into output. So we need human. It is human is which is considered one of the important resources. Humans' knowledge, skill will put together all the form of production like land, labor, physical capital into a production process so that the production process will make effective. Then these day is called the human capital. So we are now it is called as the human capital. So every production is organized by combining of land, labor, physical capital, and human capital, which are known as the factor of production. So there are four factors of production: land, we have discussed, labor, physical capital, and human capital. The four important factor of production. Land is fixed. As we know that the size of land is as we know that farming, the land is fixed. Farming is main activity of Palampur or in India. 75% people are working in the field and farmer, but there is a constant rise of population. So the waste land are converted into cultivated land. Now these exist no land to convert into cultivated. So as we know that the size of land is always fixed, but the population is growing on an increasing rate. But we cannot grow at the same time at the same rate the land size. So we can do what we can do. We can convert the waste land into a cultivated land by the using of fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides. But in longer time, there is no land will available to convert into a cultivated land. It is a big problem. The land size is fixed. The population is increasing. Can we increase the size of production with small size of land? As the population is growing on, how can we produce more and more crop with that limited land only? So there are some of the activities are there. Yes, we can use modern inputs like HYV seeds, means high yielding variety seed. These seeds are produced by the researchers, the scientists, and the yielding capacity of these seeds are much larger and much more as compared to the traditional seeds. We could use chemical fertilizers, modern farm machineries, pesticides, and irrigation using modern facilities like canals, pump set electricity, dams. So by using all the things like HYB seeds, pesticides, fertilizers, modern irrigation facility, we can produce more and more. Will land sustain after doing all the utilizing pesticides, insecticide, fertilizers? Will the land sustain? It's a big question mark comes. Land being a natural resources, it is it is necessary to be very careful in its use. As we know that land is the most important natural resources. We should care for that land because we produce our food in land. Scientific reports have started that modern methods have overused the natural resources. The modern methods we are using for the cultivation has the chemical fertilizers, the insecticides has became made the land is poisonous. The Green Revolution is associated with loss of soil fertility due to the increase of use of chemical fertilizer. As we are using more and more chemical fertilizers, pesticides, it destroy the useful bacteria which are present in the soil, which useful bacteria which is very helpful for the production process, very helpful for the production of food items. The fertilizers destroy that bacteria which is harmful to the soil, and there is a continuously there is soil erosion, soil degradation is there. How is land distributed? So in Palanpur village, the land, what is the distribution process of land? In Palanpur, about one third of the 450 families are landless, such that 150 families, most of them are Dalits, have no land for cultivation. So out of 450 families, 150 families are landless. They are poor. They are Dalit families. How could they survive? Of remaining families who have own land, 240 families cultivated less than 2 hectares of land, which doesn't give that much profit. So remaining 250 families, they are producing in a small size of land where they could not get much amount of profit. Okay. In Palanpur, there are 60 families of medium and large farmers who cultivate more than 2 hectares. So small farmers are 240 families, and only 60 families have a large size of land which is more than 2 hectares of land. A few larger farmers have land exceeding 10 hectares. Only few farmers are there in Palanpur where they have more than 10 hectares or more. Who will provide the labor? Who will provide the labor? After land, labor is the next most necessary factor for agriculture. As we read that there are 4 factors of production. The second factor of production is labor. Small farmers along with families cultivate their own field, thus cutting costs of labor. So in the small farmers, those who have less than 2 hectares of land, they cultivate the land with the using of their family members only. They don't hire any outside laborers. The medium and large farmer hire from labor to work on their field. So the medium and the large farmer only hire the outside laborers because the size of the land is very huge and the production process is also very big. Farm laborers come from landless farmers or farmers cultivating small fields. So those who are landless farmers, those who are landless, they come to work in others' field because they need employment badly. Now we will read some of the non-farming activities of Palanpur village. Dairy is the common activity of people in non-farming village. So dairy production is one of the most important non-farming activities. The milk and other dairy products can be sold at neighboring cities and towns at a good profit. As we know that Palanpur is well connected to the cities, that is why they could sell their milk products, the dairy products to nearby market and they could earn profit. This is the main occupation for people in rainy season in Palanpur. So in rainy season where the production process, the farming process is not going on, milk production or the dairy farm industry is the one of the main earning resources of that Palanpur village. Small scale manufacture. The second type of non-farming is small scale. At present, less than 50 families are engaged in manufacturing. Now, out of 450, 50 families are engaged in small scale manufacturing industry. In Palanpur, manufacturing involves very simple production methods and done on a small scale. So there is no large scale industry in Palanpur. There have simple industries and 50 families are engaged with that family. They are done with the help of family members. So they don't hire any outside labor. They are only doing with the help of family member as the size of the industry is very small. Shopkeepers. Another important non-farming activities is shopkeepers. People involved in trade are not many in Palanpur. The traders of Palanpur are shopkeepers. So most of the traders of Palanpur is shopkeepers. We can see small general stores which sell a whole range of rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuits, notebooks, soap, toothpaste, batteries, pens, pencils, even the cloth materials. So the different shopkeepers are there. They are producing different grocery items, cloths, all things are available in Palanpur village. Transport is another sector of non-farming. There are a variety of vehicles in Palanpur engaging from traditional vehicles of transport and modern vehicles. So from traditional vehicles to modern vehicles, all the things are there in Palanpur villages. They are like rickshaws, tongas, jeeps, tractors, trucks, traditional bullock carts, etc. So like from traditional bullock carts to jeeps and tractors and trucks also available as a means of transportation in Palanpur village. A ferry people carry goods in one place to another place. So the ferry people who purchase, they're selling their products by going door to door step, they're providing services. They need vehicles to sell their products. The number of people involved in transport has grown over last several times. So they think that farming is not more the profitable occupation. That is why they are transforming from farming activities to this non-farming activities. So last several years there is an increase of non-farming activities in Palanpur village. So these are some of the harvesting process in the Palanpur village. Different type of crops are produced there. Okay, this is the beautiful scenario of the Palanpur village. This is the machine where they harvest old the different products they are producing the farmers. Old way they are plugging and new way they are modern equipments are there where they are plugging. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed it.